Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the second episode of a brand new podcast I'm launching called Goin For It. My name's Charlie Bruno, and the guest that I have with me today is a great friend of mine who I spent 2 full years of my life living in a fucking van with, and not in the best conditions. It's my buddy, Michael Coulson.
That's me. How's it going?
What's up, brother?
It's going well.
Me and Coulson have this, a weekend planned where we're chilling right now. We're doing a DC movie marathon.
That's right.
Tomorrow we're going to watch the Zack Snyder Justice League
for the first time.
Both for the first time. But
That's
today we already watched Man of Steel, which I had never seen. And then after we do this episode and everything, we're going to watch Batman vs. Superman, which I did see but hated it when it came out.
Nice. Yeah. I feel like it didn't really get the best reception.
So you did mention, though, that we're going to watch the extended version.
That's right. Yeah. So the extended version was an additional 30 minutes. Presumably, I mean, I don't know the whole story behind the Ultimate Edition is what it's called. But I do know that it's an additional 30 minutes. I don't know if this was filmed afterwards or filmed prior. Yeah, Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice, Ultimate Edition.
28% on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's so cool.
That is crazy bad.
Yeah, Rotten Tomatoes, you know.
It doesn't mean shit.
Yeah, it's really kind of difficult.
It really doesn't
There you
mean
go,
shit.
the Ultimate Edition. It's still 28%.
28%.
That doesn't sound right. No, that's still...
You had a moment where you were like, no, the Ultimate Edition.
Well, hold on. That's still just the regular one that's spawned right on the side.
Do you think that... Because, okay, so we watched Man of Steel today, and I haven't seen a single scene from that movie in my whole life. Can you search Man of Steel and see what the... I'm just curious. That's a bad Rotten Tomatoes score. So is Man of Steel any better?
I'm going to imagine it is.
55.
56.
Oh, 56.
You're blind, but that's okay.
I was looking at the... the thing on the right.
Yeah.
Fucking... No, I liked it. I thought Man of Steel was cool, especially seeing a movie. I feel like I'm very in-depth with movies and stuff. So, like, seeing a movie that came out in 2013 that was that big of a film and missing it, it's like 8 years later. So, I didn't think I was going to really fuck with it. But I thought it was really cool. It looks great, the whole movie.
Yeah, that's true. You know what's funny? I actually just saw... Oh, never mind. I am correct in both aspects. I was going to say it's interesting. I saw it said Jor-El was
Jor-El?
Russell, Jor-El. Yeah, Jor-El, who's Kal-El, Superman's father, was played by Russell Crowe, and I was like, I get Russell Crowe and Kevin Costner mixed up, but then I did remember. Wait, no, Kevin Costner also plays Clark Kent's father, Jonathan Kent. Which is kind of funny, but I do actually get them mixed up pretty often. I
made at least 14 jokes based on the fact that Superman has a white father named Jor-El.
Yeah, that's true.
That was like my prime bit in watching
Lawrence
this.
Fishburne's character name is Perry White.
They could have just switched the names there. It would have made a lot more sense.
White
Superman
Perry.
having a dad named Perry White sounds way better.
I thought you meant White Perry.
White Perry.
Yeah, I thought that's what you meant. Yeah, just mix the names. It would make more sense. I'm like,
next time you're talking to a non-comic book person and you're explaining the story of Superman, I want you to fuck with them and be like, that Superman's dad's name, his real name is just White Perry.
White Perry.
And see if they believe you. It sounds like a superhero.
Why not? I mean, I would believe me.
A certain dumb person would believe you.
I want to go back a little bit. You had mentioned when you introduced me as someone who's lived in a van with you, and
people might not know that you are the founding bass player of Keep Flying.
Oh, thank you.
Which
it's true, but thanks.
It's true, but thanks. But by the time this comes out, people will now know that I am stepping away from the group.
There you go.
You stopped playing and Keep Flying. What, end of 2017? End of 2018?
No, beginning of 2018.
Beginning of 2018.
Yeah, my official announcement was March of 2018.
Yeah.
So it's been 3 years.
But you had I feel like when people leave any sort of band in any capacity, this whisper down the alley thing happens where people immediately assume that there was beef there. And that they left because there was a fight. And literally, even in the last week since I made the decision to step away to make different music and do this podcast and do other stuff, I've gotten asked so many people that are close to me about what happened. And I'm just like,
Yeah,
nothing.
Something must have happened. There's
Something happened. It's like, no, I'm going on vacation with 2 of those band members in a couple weeks. You know what I mean? Like, we both very much stepped away from a musical project where we care about the people in it in a very, like, we can still be friends, right? Like,
yeah.
Like, you're still in the band Secret Santa.
That's true. I
always have been.
I still get gifts.
Yeah. So it's just one of those things that's like, I don't know, man. It's I would have already at this point put out something publicly that like says it wasn't there's no beef there. You know what I mean?
No beef.
But we did spend the first 2 years of that band, because I also was in that band from the start. And we lived some very DIY experiences.
Well, I was going to share, we actually talked about it this morning, how one time we were staying in Florida at a friend's house, and it was just, hardwood floors, and that's really all they had to offer us.
Shout out Leighton. Hope you're watching this, brother.
Yeah, thank you, Leighton. You don't live in Florida anymore, thank God. But
no, he lives in Oregon, I think now, or LA, something.
I don't know.
Oregon.
He moves a lot.
Yeah, he does.
Anyways, but we decide, me and you, out of the 6 members in our band, the 2 of us decided, you know what? It actually doesn't make sense for us to sleep on this wood floor. Let's go sleep in the van.
Yeah. So we played a show. Where were we in Florida? Orlando area?
Yeah, it was Orlando area.
Orlando area. We had a show there 2016 or 2017. And it was summer.
Yes.
So it was like brutally, brutally hot. We never, fun Keep Flying fact, Keep Flying has never toured in a van with air conditioning ever as a band. So me and you walked into...
Roll the windows down.
Yeah, air conditioning. So me and you show up to our friend Leighton's apartment, and it's hardwood, and there's barely any floor space at all to sleep on. Shout out floor space. And fucking we both looked at each other. We were like, we should sleep in the van. Yeah. And so we slept in the van, but we were parked in an apartment complex that was like a nice apartment complex.
Yeah, it was really nice
for sure. But
looked like this basement.
And we slept in the van, and it was fine for maybe 3 hours, and then the sun came up.
Then the sun came out, yeah.
And it was probably 105 degrees, or at least it felt like it. And me and you made the executive decision to just open the back doors of the van. There was like a lay down area in the back of the van.
It was also, the seats were leather like this, but like bad leather. But anyways, the van's not there anymore. We don't use the van. The van doesn't even
anyone's ride anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't even exist. But yeah, so we opened the back doors, and it was
and we hung out of the back doors, and we were literally like just covered in sweat, hanging out of the back doors of this van, trying to sleep before we had to like head out of there. And we woke up to 2 kids on bikes. Definitely lived in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
2 kids on bikes that were like sitting there watching us just to make sure if we were dead or not.
Yeah, they were like, are they okay?
Are they alive?
Yeah.
There's these 2 slimy lizard men hanging out of a fucking van. Is it too close or too far?
You're too close.
Jesse's yelling at me. But no, yeah, it literally like they definitely thought we were dead people. Yeah. For sure. And
that
we did that all the time though.
Yeah, that definitely wasn't like a
isolated
random occurrence.
Incident.
It was just one that was brought up this morning, so I said that.
Oh yeah, but like think about the amount of time. I mean, and what's crazy is that you left the band in 2017. I never stopped really living this lifestyle pre-COVID.
Yeah.
BC before COVID.
Right.
But like I kind of just kept living in vans and stuff like that, which it was so much fun at times. And then at other times, I think the tour thing that people don't understand is that sleeping in a van and living that lifestyle and being sweaty all day and living on top of 6 other guys is like worth it when the show rocks. And when you walk out of a show and you're like, that rocked.
Yeah.
But when the show doesn't rock, you feel...
I want to rock.
Yeah. You feel like a homeless person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it gets to a point where you're like, I didn't play for anyone. I got in the van, sleeping in the van, waking up in the van. It's just like, it is...
I haven't showered.
Haven't showered in 5-6 days.
Right.
Like, it gets to a point where you're like, where we going with this?
What's
you know
happening?
What I mean? Which,
What's
like,
happening?
I'm never going to... I don't think I'll ever be at a point in life where I stop touring.
Yeah.
To some extent. Travel, I think, is the best thing ever. I just want to see everything.
Yeah, I agree.
But I think I lived the way I lived for so long, for like 5 straight years, that now I'm just like, I want to do a different version of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel that.
But like, I don't know. Tell everybody what you've done since you left Keep Flying. Like what do you do?
Yeah, tons. Just so much.
Kind of a lot though.
Yeah, but not really. I mean, like, all right, so let's see. I left the band in March. That June, I had basically was just working like full time, like two full time jobs to basically make up money that I didn't have for the last 2 years.
What were the 2 jobs?
I worked at Burger King.
Love it.
Hell yeah. And I worked at a grocery store. And actually, my schedule was crazy. Like, I would go to Burger King at 3 p.m. I'd work until 1 a.m. and I'd close the. I'd have to like clean the broiler and all this stuff. I'd get off at 1, and then I'd walk across the street to the grocery store, change my shirt, and work from 1:15 to 8 a.m.
They were literally right across the street.
Yeah, literally. I mean, it was like, across and then like the store over.
Walking
but it was walking distance for sure.
That's sick.
And then I'd get off at 8 o'clock and walk back to where I was living, sleep from like 9 or 10 to 2-ish, like 4 or 5 hours, wake up, do it again.
Yeah.
And I did that, for about 4 months. And then saved up money, and my girlfriend and I, we moved down to North Carolina. And
shout out Kate. What up, Kate?
Right. Shout out Kate.
Love
she rocks.
ska.
She does. She does love ska.
I'm just kidding. I love Kate.
Like, definitely not a loser, but
I love Kate. I legitimately think that your girlfriend is one of the funniest people ever.
Oh, like, I wholly agree.
She's dude. Your girlfriend said something to me that I have told, like I want to do stand up one day really soon. And like, I genuinely think at some point I will tell a bit about your girlfriend and the fact that there were years of her life where, in order for her to fall asleep, she had to watch the Lizzie McGuire movie. She has told me that legitimately. She was like,
hold on. The craziest thing, and like, not sorry, Kate, but that's like not something she did when she was a kid. That's something she did within the last like 4 or 5 years.
That's why I think it's great.
Yes.
Because I did the same thing when we were still in a band together with Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, you did.
I put on Guardians of the Galaxy every fucking night, bro. Yeah. Every night. Like, when I laid out the air mattress or wherever I'm sleeping or anything like that, like, pull up the laptop, had it torrented on the laptop, Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, it's just my shit. And so when Kate told me that, I was like, oh, not only is that a crazy movie to do that for, I do that.
Yeah.
It's just like, but no, she's funny, bro.
The second one is Princess Diaries. She does that with that movie as well.
One of the first DVDs I ever owned. When I was 5 years old, for Christmas, my parents' DVDs were all the rave. It was 2001, and my parents got us a DVD player, and the first 3 DVDs were Shrek, Princess Diaries, and Dr. Dolittle 2.
Yeah, and those 3 make sense together.
I've seen all 3 of those films more than I can even imagine. And have you ever heard of a band? I've definitely talked about them because I love them. Have you ever heard of a band called Rooney?
I don't think so. I'm really trying to think.
I'm going to show you.
ROONEY?
Rooney, yeah, California band. The singer of that band is like the love interest, like, indie guy from Princess Diaries.
Oh,
the guy with the hair, like the Beatles haircut.
Yeah.
Pull up Rooney real quick. No, ROONEY. They played it. You might have heard "When Did Your Heart Go Missing"? That was like their hit.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about them.
It's a great riff in that song.
But just to kind of wrap up, what I was doing while we're looking.
Yeah, we got a segue.
Yeah, that's right. So we moved down to North Carolina, lived there for about a year. Well, lived there for a little over a year, and then we moved up to New York, and now we live in Queens. We lived there for almost 2 years, and it's been cool.
Awesome. Talk about New York 2 years. So you had a year pre-COVID in New York, and then a year of COVID.
Right.
How was that?
Well,
was that your tummy?
It was actually my my stomach regurgitating. Yeah. So
we ate a lot of Doritos watching that movie today.
That's true. I've eaten one thing all day. I mean, not Charlie. You had one single turkey sandwich all day, so I don't know what's up with that. But
That's true. Well, I had chips.
Okay, yeah, that doesn't really count. That's like not.
I know. I don't get hungry until like midnight.
Yeah,
It's wacky.
that's messed up. You told me. I just need it to be said. It's 9:50 p.m. right now. You tell me. Yeah, we'll eat some like food after, and this was at like 7:30. I'm like, bro, this is when I eat dinner. But I was like, but I don't want to be alone eating food right now. So I guess I'll just wait.
I kept you up till 8 a.m. this morning, just hanging out with me.
It was sick though, because because of the fact that I technically am only here for 2 days, Saturday, Sunday. Mm-hmm. I mean, I came Friday night, but it feels like we've now hung out for 2 days.
Yeah.
Like we had all day yesterday, today, and then now we have tomorrow
for Justice League,
which is cool. But here, let's go back to New York.
Pandemic New York is very interesting to talk about.
Yeah, it was weird because it was like, the weirdest part was I was working at my store. I work at a retail store, and it seemed like every store was closing. We were like the last ones, and it was like, all right, you guys aren't coming back tomorrow. We're gonna.
Can we say the name of the store?
Yeah, it was Skechers.
Shout out Skechers.
Shout out Skechers. The shoes rock. Actually, the shoes are really good.
The shoes that breathe.
They do breathe. Yeah, it's air cooled memory foam.
I remember.
Yeah. So anyway, so they tell us, yeah, it'll be, we're hoping 2 weeks, which I think
2 weeks to flatten the curve.
I think everyone was hoping 2 weeks, but I don't think that we all did it on the same page, right? So it was like, oh, this company did it 2 weeks here, but this company didn't do it until the end of that first company's 2 weeks. So now it's like staggered, and it's like, well, there is no official 2 weeks, so it just kind of kept going longer and longer. And then I remember in May, my manager calling me like, hey, we might be coming back like soon. Okay. Well, we didn't go back till July.
Right.
So it was like 4 months. And
in the first 4 months, did you, like, when you would go outside your apartment and shit like that, like, was it just dead?
Yeah, it was dead. And then, like, I drove, like, I live in Queens. I drove into Manhattan for the first time.
Did you feel like Will Smith in I Am Legend?
It was crazy.
I'm sure
were no cars. It was just me driving through Manhattan. And I loved it. I was like, this is probably the only time I'll ever drive through Manhattan.
Well, can you look up, there was a video that went viral in, I want to say April and May last year. It's on YouTube, and it was like a drone going through Manhattan for the first time, like peak cool. Pandemic, and it was like drone Manhattan COVID, I guess. But yeah, same as what you're saying. It was, I remember seeing it and being like, people gotta, like, you gotta understand if you don't know.
This seems like it is not the
that's not it. Anti-COVID drone spotted. What the fuck is that?
How does that even happen? Yeah, this is Manhattan.
Listen, you were seeing the same shit.
Yeah. You know what got crazy though was when things came back and then we started doing outside seating, like for food. It actually kind of looks like some type of foreign country with the outdoor dining. I actually really enjoy outdoor dining. Not during the winter, because that sucks. But during the day, that's a nice feeling. I just, it's hard for me to see Manhattan and not think beautiful. Just a beautiful city.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, like what I was gonna say was, I grew up in Eastern Pennsylvania, so I'm equidistant from Philadelphia and Manhattan. And I've just always grabbed it. Like, I love Philly. It's cool. I went to FDR Park, like, to skate growing up and shit like that. But, like, as far as Manhattan, just the people and the atmosphere and just, like, it's the fucking coolest city in the world, man. Like, you cannot talk shit on
Look,
New
there's
York.
No one there. Look at this.
And just seeing this, like, there's a part of, like, childhood me would see, if I could go back in time and just show this video, no context, to 11-year-old me, I would say the world ended, right?
Yeah, how did that happen?
I'd say, like,
the rapture.
Did humans get
Those
obliterated?
are the few left behind.
Did we just disintegrate? Did aliens literally disintegrate the human race, and this is just all empty now?
Yeah, this was right before Man of Steel.
Exactly.
For the terraforming. Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Like, it's just so wild to see an
what do
area
you think?
That's so populated, so densely populated, so empty.
Yeah, I agree.
I actually, right before everything went into lockdown, I went into the city just to see how it was.
To take pictures?
And to take some photos.
Yeah.
Every time I show those photos off to people, they're like, what is this?
Would you Photoshop
when
the
did
people
you do
out?
this? Yeah.
Exactly. People are like, when was this? Because there's no one in the photos.
Yeah.
I went to like a Bryant Park. No one. The whole place is abandoned.
I saw someone say something recently. Oh, I've been there. That's in Hudson Yards.
Oh yeah, that's the
that's staircase.
That's the hatch
The
from
honeycomb.
the island on Lost.
Yeah, except it's like pine cone shaped, and this is a very interesting view of it.
Yeah, it's the Dharma logo wig. You're not seeing it.
Oh, right.
Duh.
Was it the
I saw someone mention with New York City being this empty, like I wonder if any independent filmmakers, just like little, fan film type directors, like took advantage of this. Hey, we got 3 guys. Let's go here, film some stuff. There's
Probably
no
not,
one there
though, because weren't. Correct me if I'm wrong, because you live there and I don't. But like, hasn't law enforcement gotten pretty like aggro about like people doing anything like that? Like, I've literally read stories of like,
not that I've experienced.
Really?
I mean, yeah. I mean, you go. I mean, especially now, you go into Manhattan and it feels almost where it was. Still
well,
not
now,
quite
but
busy,
this video is from when?
It's a good question.
Just curious.
Yeah, April.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, literally 1 month after what they consider March 12th, like the official day.
Yes, this is almost exactly a year ago.
Yeah.
Which, everyone is going to constantly remember April and May of COVID as like, that was the weirdest time.
Yeah,
Once we reached summertime, people started being like, all right, I got to do something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I have to go out and go for a run at least without this fucking mask on.
Right.
But like, there was 2 months there where everyone or most people were like, did you remember in the second Borat movie that we watched together, when he's like, he corners like the Southern Republican man, the conservative dude, and he's like, what's going on, man? Where's everybody at? Or wait, I don't know why I just did it. The Borat. I did the Southern voice for Borat.
Yeah, I was like this. I don't remember this.
No,
part,
he's like, oh, where is everybody? And
Oh,
the
yeah,
Southern guy is like, there's a quarantine. They're telling everybody.
Oh yeah, when they were getting beer. Yeah.
So this was before it got so political.
Yeah.
That everyone was scared. Like every normal, rational person, it wasn't
just like-
politicized yet.
Yeah.
Trump didn't fuck it up. He
Right.
wasn't saying Kung Flu yet.
Yeah.
Which great bit, bad context.
Yeah.
Like, if you were a comedian, would have been funny. You're the president, maybe shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
gonna
that's
create a rhetoric in which now a shooting just happened, and you are not entirely to blame, but also not to blame.
Right, right.
But anyways, like literally, before it was politicized so heavily by that asshole, there
Yeah.
was a couple weeks there where everyone was like, no matter what you sounded like, looked like, were like, just as a human level, it was like some Independence Day shit. It was like, there's a bigger issue here. We're all going to chill inside, drink a lot of alcohol, and we'll wait for this to all blow. It's like Shaun of the Dead. We'll go to the Winchester, have a pint, wait for this to all blow over.
Yeah,
literally.
yeah.
Like that was
Totally
the mentality of fucking everyone.
Right.
And then we reached a point where we were like, oh, something else is going on. This is being politicized. And then it changed. But when you see footage from that 2 months, man,
Yeah.
it's fucking wild.
It is wild.
It's I Am Legend. It's really, really crazy. But, so it seems like as the weather's getting nicer and as COVID's been around for like a year now, New York in general is kind of getting its spirit back.
Yeah.
Think?
No, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Things are, I think maybe not even, things are opening up, but I think it's more they're adjusting. So like, well, a lot of rules have changed from right now and from when this will be released. A lot of things will have changed.
We can go to Yankee games. this summer.
Travel ban, lifted, things like that.
Yeah.
Or not ban, but travel restrictions and travel quarantining afterward. Like the regulations.
Sure.
It changed a lot.
Big time.
But restaurants have become more accustomed to the outdoor dining experience and kind of what that looks like, which is kind of one of the bigger things that were hit, right? New York City has so many restaurants, so many options, and
I think entertainment and restaurants, when I really think about New York specifically,
yeah,
too,
absolutely.
that like Broadway is
Yeah.
one thing that I'm like, dude, that's city.
But it's coming back, you know. I mean, like
Yeah.
that's an announcement that has been made, you know. Like,
what did they say with Broadway? Can we look that up?
yeah, I don't know the exact amount.
Just like
what
Broadway
the-
COVID.
Yeah, Broadway return. Or
There's a girl
something.
that I didn't go to high school with her, but she's a sister of someone that I went to high school with. That's Sabrina Carpenter girl.
Oh, I've heard that name. But I
She's
don't know
from
who it is.
this area. It's who that driver's license song was about. That song's a banger. Shout out
It's
Olivia.
about that person.
Yeah, it's about.
Oh, that's really funny though.
Yeah, it's about her. Olivia Rodrigo was the one that chick rocks. She's so talented. But Sabrina Carpenter, I believe, was supposed to be the lead in the Mean Girls on Broadway shit, and was supposed to start her thing on it, and then COVID happened. So I don't think that girl even got to do that. Which, like, imagine that. You just got, like, the leading role in this giant play,
Yeah.
and then, oh, boom, COVID. It's, like, the same as, like, you just got a scholarship to Duke for basketball, and it's
Yeah.
like, well, COVID happened. Did that? Well, actually,
Oh,
sports
well,
came back quicker than anything else.
Here's something for you. The Olympics. Here's a crazy thing. My dad's wife's daughter, so I mean my stepsister, but we didn't like grow up as like siblings. Like they got recently married, but I guess technically she is my stepsister. She was to play on the Olympic softball team, but it was delayed and delayed again. So by the time the Olympics come around, what
Is
does
the
that
offer
look like?
still there for her?
Yeah, right. But now think of all the people who've been training.
Yeah.
There are people who spend their entire lives training just to get to that point.
Yeah.
What happens between then?
Well, it's like what you talked about with the Joss Whedon Justice League. It's why Ben Affleck looking a little tubby.
Yeah, that's true.
Ben Affleck look a little
Yeah,
tubby
but I mean
in that movie.
that makes sense though, right? Like, look, you spend a year working out the hardest you've ever worked out in your entire life to just get truly way too ripped.
Yeah.
Like just beefed out. And you finish the movie. What's the first thing you do? I'm gonna eat the nastiest burger
I'm
I
going
can.
to start a residency at that point at Golden Corral for a week.
For a
week. I'm having a residency.
Literally not work out once.
Not even think about
Not
it.
even think about it.
Yeah.
Not even think about it. And then they call you back like, hey man, we need you back here next
You
week.
should get beefed up again.
Yeah. And it's
Jacked.
like, yeah, I'll come in, but I'm not working out.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not. No.
So the Olympics now are happening July 23rd. They're planned for July 23rd to August 8th of this year. That's gonna be cool.
Yeah. No, that's good.
What did the Broadway thing say?
Didn't really say anything.
Didn't say it. Can you
No, it didn't
click
say
on it for
much.
1 sec? I trust you. I just want to see. There was one thing that I did see it said Broadway is gonna remain closed until like May.
Yeah,
think I saw.
something like that.
That could make sense.
Yeah, well, because they're not even. Like, it's interesting to look at when people like me and you and Jesse will get vaccinated.
Yeah, May 30th there.
My dad got vaccinated yesterday in this very same room that I saw my very first drunk concert at.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah. Do you know what I'm talking?
No.
Used to be Sands Casino in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay.
Wind Creek Casino is using their event center part of it, like the 3,000 cap room, as a vaccination site, which is hilarious because I've seen narwhals in that room. You know what I mean? Like, when my dad told me, he was like, yeah, I got vaccinated at Sands Event Center today. I was like, I've seen the craziest shows that, I've seen great shows there.
It's one of those things you would never imagine that area being used for that.
Yeah, 2013, I remember I was sitting in the same basement, and we used... This is actually a good story. Do you guys remember when they used to make those like cylinder fish tanks where you would plug it in and the fish would rise to the top with the bubbles? Yeah. So me and my friends, we had one of those just sitting down here.
Kate says she wants one. It like helps people fall asleep, I guess. Something like that.
that would make sense, actually. Yeah. Similar to like a lava lamp almost. Yeah. They light up. They're nice. But we had one from like my childhood, and me and my friends were all drunk down here, and we were about to go see Weezer, and we were like 16, 17-year-old kids, and we had the idea to turn this fish tank thing into a bong. And so we actually...
That sounds terrible.
No, it was hilarious.
No, it sounds really bad.
It was... Oh, definitely not good for you.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. They're not real fish, though. It's fine. They're fake fish.
Yeah, but like...
It'd be more demented if they were real fish.
Yes.
Can you imagine the smell? Some next level bong water right there.
I just did. I just imagined it.
So what we did was we drilled a big hole in the top of it because it's sealed at the top. Drilled a hole in the top as like a mouthpiece, and then do you guys? I don't know what they're called. Oh, I'd love to know what they're called. They're like a plant thing that's called like the aqua globe, I want to say, and it's a hydration thing for plants.
Yeah, it sounds made up.
It's a circular. No, he's gonna find it. Aqua globe plant watering system. Boom shakalaka. Look at that shit.
Oh, I do remember those.
Okay, so me and my friends, we needed a down stem because we're making a bong. So we grabbed one of those from outside and cleaned it off and sliced off the top of it to make it
just like dirt on it.
Yeah, to make it a funnel. So then we drilled a hole in the side of the fish tank, put the down stem in it, and it turns out that the way we cut it, it was perfect to just grab any normal bowl from any normal bong, like any glass shop, and you could just put a bowl in there and hit it.
Water pipe.
Fuck you. And you could literally...
You can't say that in here. It's water pipe.
And so we put it in, and we took a bunch of... We called it the aqua bong. We called it the aqua bong.
That is kind of sick.
And we took a bunch of rips from the aqua bong, had a bunch of beers, had a designated driver drive us. This was pre-Uber. Had a designated driver drive us to a Weezer show at Sands Casino. And we were all hammered and thought that Weezer shows were like crazy. You know, we were like, "Oh, this is gonna pop off. It's gonna be wild."
Yeah. When I think of Weezer, I think like there's probably like crazy mosh pits. No, I don't think
dude. But like, if they play early Weezer,
yeah, maybe, yeah, I see what you're saying.
you could say the same thing about Blink-182.
Yeah, that is true.
You could say the same exact thing you just said about Blink-182, and Blink-182 in their heyday had some of the craziest pits I've ever.
That's
been.
true.
So they opened with a Blue Album song. They opened with "My Name Is Jonas."
Yeah,
and like, "My name is Jonas," dun dun dun, and we fucking started pushing grown men out of the way, ready to have the biggest mosh pit in the world. And all of a sudden, me and Sal get grabbed by two giant security guards, and they're like, "We'll throw you the fuck out if you keep this up." And then we looked around and had a moment of like sober up realization, and every adult holding like a fucking gin and tonic was literally just like, who do these kids think they are?
Yeah.
Who do they think they are? You just assaulted everyone. Like, it was just not the vibe. But yeah, literally 20 feet away from where that situation took place, my dad was vaccinated yesterday. So
that's wild. That reminds me, I took a COVID test in a library, and I was like, I check out books here.
Yeah.
Very
was it the
similar.
same library that you've been to?
No, I've never been to this one.
Do you go to a library?
Well, Kate does. So sometimes I go there to drop off her books.
Why? Like,
what do you mean? It's
like
like you don't have to buy books. You just rent them for $0, and then you give them back. And you're like, "Yep, I don't need to own this. I just wanted to read it."
How are those places still open?
What do you mean?
How do libraries stay open?
In life? Or are you saying like during COVID or like just in general?
No, just in general.
It's a government-funded thing.
No, I know that, but like, who cares?
Wait, bro, a lot of people. Like, libraries are like super important.
I'm not saying I don't read. I'm just saying I haven't stepped foot in a library. Now we're just watching Jesse struggle.
Yeah, it is funny trying to figure out what he's trying to say.
How do libraries stay in business? Okay, that's cool though. How do libraries stay relevant in the digital age? Because couldn't she just download anything that she wants to read for like...
I can't tell you how many people I've met who are like, I need the physical thing.
Well, I'm similar with comics. Like, I do, we talked about it. I do like reading, you know, I like having access on like Marvel Unlimited or DC Universe Infinite, like being able to access thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of comics, but I buy comics every Wednesday to read them physically.
Where from?
And-
Shout them out.
Royal Collectibles in Forest Hills. That's
Forest Hills, New York.
Forest Hills, New York.
Hell
It
yeah.
is an incredible shop.
Go buy comics from them.
Yes, they are very cool.
I can shout out my local comic shop is Encounter Comics in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Place
Nice.
rocks. But that's something we should talk about. Me and you, I feel like I met you under the pretense of like, this is gonna be my bandmate. You know what I mean? I didn't know you prior to then.
I didn't know you at all.
Yeah, it wasn't like we were friends and then we were like, let's start a band together.
I didn't even know who you were. Like, it's hard to explain because like there are certain members of the band who weren't maybe necessarily friends, but knew you. You know?
Yeah, like I had met John, I had met Henry.
Right.
I knew Pete didn't like me.
Yeah.
But that quickly
But
changed.
they knew you. You know, I didn't know you at all.
Yeah, me and you literally like shook hands and was like, "Are you ready to be in a band together? Let's do this."
All right. Oh, you play guitar? Cool.
Hope you're not an asshole.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yep.
It was like that, but one of the things that we very quickly like within a day of talking to you, comic books were like you talking about certain, not risque, like if you're in the comic book world you know these things, but like me talking about like how in high school I was into like Saga and like Happy, and you're a big East of West guy and everything, like, or Thief of Thieves, and just like
just kind of more independent styles, you know, outside of the big two.
even Walking Dead, there
Yeah.
are so many people to this day. It's 2021. Walking Dead is done the show now.
I don't
One
know.
more season. I don't know where
I
that
have no
show's
idea.
at. That shit went off the rails. But it was good while it lasted. But Jesus Christ. But there are still so many normal non-comic book people that don't know it's based on a comic book.
That is wild.
They don't know that Walking Dead is a comic book.
Yeah.
And like for me, I read the compendiums and like where are they at? I know Rick left,
10
so why
seasons.
the
That's
fuck
just too
would you
many.
care after that?
Oh, I didn't even know that. I don't know anything about
Rick
the show.
left like
Season 9. Wow.
who cares, bruh? Like the book at least kept you interested. The show is truly, you should have stopped seasons ago.
We know where seasons 11 and 12. So they have 2 seasons at least planned out. 12.
Hope
That's
it's good.
that's too
I hope I
many.
eat my words and it ends up being awesome.
No,
and
that's too many.
Yeah.
It can't be awesome.
No, there's
you
no
know,
way.
A show like that with a plot point. You know, a show like, you know, you think of like Always Sunny or
So
The
good.
Simpsons or South Park, or just shows that like don't have running storylines. Any show that doesn't have a running storyline can last for a long time as long as
sure.
the content stays good and stays fresh. A show like this, there's a running storyline. Like it can't keep going.
And how do you get rid of your protagonist and still make it?
Because you just get a new protagonist.
Yeah, but
His son, essentially, this is from just seeing it, seeing clips. His son became the protagonist. Am I right?
no, Carl died.
Yeah.
Oh,
Carl died before Rick. Carl's dead.
he died before Rick?
Yeah, he gets
So,
bit.
yeah.
I thought it was the other way around. Because I've always seen clips with him and not his dad.
No.
Oh, here's a
Carl-
question.
Carl got bit.
This has nothing to do with The Walking
Spoiler,
Dead outside
sorry.
of so spoilers. What time frame are spoilers allowed? Like it does it depend on the content? Does it depend?
It definitely depends on the content. Yeah.
Yes, because it's like, all right, let's think of like the number one thing that I've lived through as far as like live television, where people I knew in certain time zones were going to see it before me and everything like that, is Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones was the number one thing that like, if you post about this the night that it's on and you post spoilers,
Oh, yeah.
you are a prick.
No,
You're
no,
a
no.
prick
I
person.
think you for TV shows, at the very least, it's a week. At the very
Yes.
least. But like, okay, and I'm not gonna say it, but the first like few episodes of Game of Thrones, something crazy happens.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and am I allowed to say that now? No, I don't think so, because I think people still hop on that train and like, you know, I mean, like, I say whatever the hell I want. But
I disagree.
Yeah, but
I know
I'm
you're
saying,
talking
like,
about just Ned Stark and a bitch right now.
Right.
I know what you're referring to.
Yeah, but I guess just like respectfully, like, can I talk about what happened in Man of Steel? That movie came out almost 10 years ago.
Yes, because here's the thing. Like, okay, so Lost, no one, like, Lost is a 50-50 show. It's my favorite show of all time, and Lost is a show where people legitimately, any person I've ever met that's like, I didn't like the ending of Lost.
Yeah.
My follow-up question is, why is that? And they say, I didn't like that they were dead the whole time. And I constantly, no matter who I'm around, have to say, whether it's a spoiler or not, they were not dead
the whole time.
The whole time.
Right.
You missed the ending. You clearly were tapped out. I know it's a long finale. It's like a 3-hour finale.
Yeah, it's wild.
But in the last 6 minutes, the talk with his dad, everything explains that what happened on the island was not... the purgatory thing of Lost was debunked within the 3rd season. They knew it wasn't purgatory. Like,
right.
So when people still say that, I don't feel bad with spoiling it in front of an entire room, because it's also a show that's so complex and dynamic that, like, there's so much else there. You know, or like Sixth Sense. If you say in an open room, like, yeah, Bruce Willis dead the whole time, it's like, you should know that. You know? Like, that's a 90s film.
Yes.
You should know that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Thanks for spoiling Lost for me, by the way.
But I didn't, because...
No, you did. I'm not that far in, and now you just...
No, I didn't, though. No, I didn't, though, because are you really watching Lost and thinking the whole time that they're dead?
No, because I haven't gone past season 2.
So then how the fuck did I spoil it,
You spoiled
Jesse?
it. Because I haven't gone to the end, you spoil it for me.
No, I didn't, though, because you're going to see an entire 4 seasons of so much more information of plot points that you care about more than that dumb plot point.
I'm being devil's advocate. I don't care.
I know. I know the bit.
Legit, like, I don't care about spoilers because I'm all about the journey, not the destination.
The progression.
Exactly.
Yes.
Oh, I care about spoilers.
In certain scenarios, yeah.
Yeah.
But like
I straight up have not gone on Reddit for since Thursday because of Zack Snyder's Justice League. I don't want to see anything about it. I don't want to see I don't even want to see people's opinions. I've seen it because I go on Twitter, but I scroll past it. If I see it says Justice League, I scroll past it. I don't want to see it.
I'm on like private Discords and people are just talking about it nonstop.
Yeah, I believe that.
To the point they're like, no, stop talking about it here. Go into a private channel and talk about it because so many other people haven't seen it yet. Like just like what you're saying now.
The ultimate.
I saw a tweet that had like it was a meme related tweet that said something about like this part of Justice League was crazy, and I saw it said Justice League and just scrolled past it.
Yeah. I don't want to know. Like, I'm gonna watch it. I don't want to be spoiled by it.
But that is a scenario where it just came out the other day. So shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, just shut up. A year from now, let's make jokes about it.
Yeah.
You know, like there are
you had enough time to watch it. Don't get butthurt if someone.
You clearly didn't care that much about it being spoiled if you were down to wait a year to not even watch it.
Yeah, I think a movie's like 6 to 8 months. I think is like the for me personally, I think 6 to 8 months is like a very appropriate, like, publicly speaking spoiler. I mean, well, okay, hold on. You can have videos and stuff as long as you have like spoiler warnings, right? Like, spoiler warnings are different than just like blatantly like, oh, you didn't see this movie and this movie blah 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 dies. Wait, what? No, I would say like, have you seen this movie? No. Oh, I can't say much.
Yeah,
you know.
I'll try to be vague about it, but episode 7 Han Solo got spoiled for me while I was walking into The Force Awakens.
That's the worst thing I ever heard.
I was walking in to see The Force Awakens.
Oh, by someone just passing by, you can be like,
Twitter.
Oh, I can't believe. Oh.
No, it was Twitter.
Twitter.
I literally, some asshole fucking posted the clip of Kylo and Han on the bridge.
I saw
and just posted like they filmed it in the movies, and I was walking into the movie to watch it, and I was like, "Are you fucking?" I still got the Luke part, which was that's the big part of Force Awakens.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
The end, island, Luke.
Oh yes, okay.
Big part. That's when everyone in the theater was like, "What?" Like, Mr. Hamill, what's up? So cool. But the Han part, I literally like about to turn off my phone, spoiled.
Rough.
Hated it.
One of my coworkers who's like maybe the biggest Star Wars fan I personally know.
Mm-hmm.
He has read so many of the novels, all this stuff. Loves a lot of it. Like, you know, there's very little he doesn't like about the Star Wars universe, which makes me feel good because I'm like, all right, well, at least I don't have to hear him complain about, you know, certain movies or books or whatever. But anyways, he told me he was going to watch The Force Awakens. He was so excited for his first time, you know, he's watched a Star Wars movie as an adult for the first time, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like a lot of us. And he said he was on Instagram, clicked on some meme that had nothing to do with Star Wars whatsoever. Top comment, that spoiler. Bro, why are people doing this?
Yeah, why?
That's crazy.
The same thing happened with Harry Potter, Dumbledore.
Oh, yeah.
People were trolling each other and posting those two words, Dumbledore blank.
Well, the funny thing, that's crazy. To kind of go about Star Wars, like I think maybe the biggest spoiler, right? That's like kind of just, it's been 40 years or 40 years, about 35 years is Darth Vader and Luke, right? Like, like that's the biggest spoiler.
Big reveal.
That's one of the biggest reveals I think I've ever watched, you know?
Yeah.
And like, there are people who have never seen Star Wars, and would I want to ruin that for them? I don't know.
No, but I will say that was already ruined for me going into Star Wars.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I knew the quote. I knew Luke, I am your father. So when I had already seen, I saw episode 4 and I knew what happens in episode 5. I knew like, oh, that's the big part of episode 5.
Yeah.
Just because they had referenced it in so many pop culture things that I had seen. You know, do you remember when VH1 would do like I love the 70s or I love the 80s?
Yeah. Oh yeah,
like
I loved those.
I loved them, and almost every like comedic personality they got on there is still funny to this day.
And
still funny
was funny then. Yeah,
was funny then, and still like great. Still follow them. Great shit.
Yeah.
A lot of 70s, 80s, 90s things, because I would binge watch that, and VH1 would show it for like 12 hours a day. They would show like they would show every year in a row. Remember that?
Yeah.
Marathons of it. And I had a weird knowledge of some movies that I had never seen because I had seen people joke about them. Made me want to watch the movie. And then as I'm watching the movie, I'm like, I know certain scenes that happen here.
Yeah.
Because, you know, so that was a big part of it. But what the fuck was I going to say? Going back to movies, I already knew what was going to happen. I already knew about Luke, I am your father. First time I saw Sixth Sense, didn't know.
He also says, "No, I am your father," but that's okay.
That's true.
That's one of the most misquoted lines out of any movie.
Yep, I'm a poser. I should have known that.
But
He says, "No, I am your father."
yeah,
And it's always in a different tone than what people usually reference it.
Right.
Or refer, yeah.
How does he say it? You do it.
He goes, because most people go, Luke, I am your father. And he goes, no, I'm your, like, he says, I am your father.
Pull it up.
So it's not, no. Yeah. So it's not Luke, I am your father. It's like, no, I am your father.
Exactly.
Which is crazy because I'm a very Disney-oriented kid. I've been at Disney World too many times in my life. Don't they make shirts that literally say, Luke, I'm your father?
I bet they do.
Like
Yeah.
merchandise that says the wrong...
All right, let's hear it.
I'm just going to skip ahead.
Dude, one of the coolest looking scenes in film history.
Oh. So good.
There's no escape. Don't make me destroy you. Luke, you do not yet realize your importance. You have only begun to discover your power. Join me, and I will complete your training. With our combined strength, we can end this destructive conflict and bring...
So you know what's funny? I knew the father line, like that reveal. Didn't know he cuts off his hand though. So the first time I saw that, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
One never told you what happened to your father.
He told me it now. He told me you killed him.
No. I am am your father.
Real big emphasis on I.
Yeah.
I am your father. No.
His nose.
That's not true. That's impossible.
Search your feelings, you know
To be true.
That's so good. I gotta rewatch these, man.
These movies are fucking...
They're perfect. But that's like the ultimate spoiler.
Yeah.
Yeah, but who doesn't know that at this point?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know any kids, so like at all in my life. I don't know a single kid. So maybe they've never seen.
You're just saying you don't know kids in general.
yes.
I was so waiting for... I don't know a single kid who hasn't seen Star... And you just straight up stopped it.
No.
I don't know a single kid.
Yeah, I don't know a single kid, period.
Wick is just...
So with that being said, maybe they've never seen it, and that would be a great thing for them. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess I just can't... I mean, I guess I was lucky to...
Also, why does it say 1980? That's not right.
What year was Empire Strikes Back?
Oh, you know what? Yeah, never mind.
You're right. It
I was thinking just Star Wars.
1980, yeah.
It is 80.
But,
Star Wars was 70s.
Is that your favorite Star Wars movie? Empire Strikes Back?
It's everyone's, yes.
If it's not, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
What's the other one? Like, what?
Rogue One was great also.
Absolutely. I agree that Rogue One, since Disney got a hold of Star Wars, Rogue One was the only one where I walked out and I was like, that was genuinely a awesome.
We saw it together.
We did see it together, yeah.
I'll say the best way to watch Star Wars is just to watch the original trilogy back to back to back. Done. You feel great.
Just ignore everything else, kind of.
And just watch all three of those. Yeah, 77, 80. And
Did you watch Solo?
83.
Did you watch Solo?
No.
Don't.
Yeah, I didn't.
Truly, whoever directed, can we look up who directed Solo?
Ron Howard.
That's
Is that
correct,
it?
Yes.
Hey, Ron Howard, fuck you to hell.
No.
Crazy, because Ron Howard has done
no.
some incredible things.
Yes.
Look it up.
Scroll down. It was right there.
That
Underneath
movie sucked
standalone films.
so bad.
Underneath. More.
Why do I need to see a
More.
recasted young
There you
Han
go.
Solo? I know what young Han Solo looks like. I saw it in the first one.
Bro, he did the Andy Griffith show. Come on.
Why do I have a feeling you guys are going to
he
show
was
me?
acting. He was acting in that. Never mind.
I have a feeling that he didn't do anything I
Grand
care
Theft
about.
Auto. How the Grinch Stole Christmas? Come on. Beautiful Mind.
What do you mean Grand Theft Auto? What did he do with Grand Theft Auto?
It was like his first movie.
That's a video game.
Well, not always.
Not always.
Sometimes that's an actual crime.
You're not showing me a thing
Yeah, I don't know.
that I care about that this motherfucker has made.
Huckleberry Finn.
Ron Howard?
Yeah, Ron Howard.
I Spy. That's a cool movie. Shout out Eddie Murphy. Shout out Owen Wilson. Wow. No, I swear to God though, dude, that movie was like next level bad.
No, I would have to disagree with you.
What are you talking about?
I never watched it, so
What
I'm
did
out
you
of
like
I'm out of
about
this
it?
fight.
What's the part of it that you liked?
It wasn't. I see you're giving it so much hate.
It's the worst. I genuinely sat there. I saw it by myself in
I
theaters.
also didn't watch The Last Jedi, so I guess I can't compare that either.
Also not good.
I would say Solo is above Last Jedi.
I did watch Rise of Skywalker and felt like I did not lose anything by not watching The Last Jedi, and
Yeah.
I enjoyed Rise of Skywalker.
There's a scene in Last Jedi that is truly out of a parody Star Wars movie.
I've seen clips of.
Leia doing this.
Oh no, I'm thinking the Kylo scene where he's like, more. Yeah.
What are you talking about?
More.
Isn't that in the?
No, it's Last Jedi because I've never seen it. I
it's
just
Last
watched the
Jedi.
clip.
No, that's a Marriage Story.
I also can't watch that because I think like divorced parents. No thanks. Like,
Can I be honest?
huh?
Such a good film.
I know it is.
Oh my God.
I'm not like scarred by my divorced parents in any way, like at all.
How old were
But
you when your parents got divorced?
I was 8. But
that sucks.
yeah, I mean it's alright. I had literally from the age 8 to now, and probably continuing. I have 2 Christmases.
I was just gonna say that.
so it's kinda sick.
Did you still believe in Santa Claus when they?
I don't know. I don't remember believing in Santa Claus. I don't remember not believing in Santa Claus.
Well, he is real.
As far as I'm aware, he visits the mall every year, and I see him walk by our store all the time. I saw the Easter Bunny the other day.
That's the real one, just so you know.
Yes, I know, because I took pictures with him when I was a kid. Looks exactly the same.
Now you don't know any kids, though.
Now I don't know any, but I did when I was
probably a good thing. I think when you reach a certain age, unless you have kids or you have friends with kids, you probably don't have any real reasons to know kids.
Well,
Kind of creepy if you do.
Yeah, unless it's like part of your profession or something. Yeah.
Oh, there's exceptions for sure. My mom was a teacher for, she knew kids her whole life. But for me, it's like, I don't know kids.
Yeah. A lot of my friends in California actually have kids, but they're all like under 3 and under at least. So like,
yeah,
are they kids? They're still like toddlers, right? Like they're not kids.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't have a conversation with them.
No. Yeah, my friend, one of the only people that I'm still super close with from high school growing up, had a baby. She's almost 2, but it's still very like I can't talk to her about movies. Like, what's your review on Batman versus Superman?
I just want to throw out here, just as a major fan, if you're not major fan. I've never watched How I Met Your Mother, but anyways,
still did it.
Yeah, I still do it.
Best sitcom ever. Shout out. Next to Boy Meets World.
But anyways, if you haven't already, I highly encourage watching Power Rangers Dino Fury.
I knew we were going to get here.
Yeah.
And we have a couple minutes left, so let's just bang it out.
We can't not talk. You can't have me here and not talk about Power Rangers.
I know. I'll intro for you.
All right.
Coulson, as he's into very niche subculture related things. This guy's very into punk rock, very into comic books, things like that. He's also very into Power Rangers, and you probably know more about the world of Power Rangers than I think anyone I've ever talked to.
That might be true.
Ever. Like I didn't even know Power Rangers was more than just. I never really got into it when I was a kid. I would watch it in passing when it was on TV, but I never heard of anything besides Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I didn't know there were all these different versions that you have in your head.
Yeah.
So explain that. How many versions are there?
Yeah, well, I'd like you to guess. How many seasons do you think there have been?
So by seasons, you mean how many different, like there's Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, there's...
different
I
iterations.
just mean seasons. Because that's a good question.
15?
There's 28. They're currently on their
seasons.
28th season.
Still running. And that's the Dino
Fury.
Right. Where does it air?
Nickelodeon.
Why does it say Netflix on this Google search?
They did have, because Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is on Netflix. They did have all of Power Rangers on Netflix, but they took off like 90% of it and left, I think it's just Mighty Morphin, Ninja Steel, and maybe Beast Morpher, but that's it.
Okay.
Which are the 2 most recent outside of Dino Thunder.
So at this point,
Dino
most
Fury.
people are shocked that we're even seriously grown men talking about Power Rangers at this point. Most people, just so you know, but you know
why
this.
not? Yeah.
You know this. But do you think when you still put on Power Rangers, is it a nostalgia thing, or do you think the writing of Power Rangers is still captivating enough that you fuck with this? Be honest.
Yes, 100%. I think specifically Dino Fury, I think this series so far has great writing. It is a kid's show, and I think that's something you have to be aware when you're watching it. Like, that was kind of cheesy, but suits look sick. The fights look fantastic.
Yeah.
Story is good enough. The story is entertaining enough. The actors seem like they know what they're doing. So I'm enjoying it a lot.
So I had what is this? Oh, this is a teaser for the show. Yeah. It's cool that it still looks very it's shot the same way.
Yeah, shot very similar. It's just super clean now. Like it's like this is just crisp filming.
Yeah, but what I mean is like it's still got the same vibe as far as like the animation things I remember being so cool, like the transitions.
Look at the Megazords. Yeah.
I remember loving the shit out of that when that would happen. Now here's a question. The toys, the Power Ranger toys, was that also a big part of your life growing up?
As a kid, yeah. I don't really fuck with toys now.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of the same thing as
but
knowing
you don't,
kids now.
You don't collect them at least?
Nope. I don't do any type of collecting for like toys or...
Because those I know who are still into Power Rangers, collect the figures.
Yeah, they got the Lightning collection, which is very cool. It is very nice looking. But I just, I don't feel like spending $25 on a cardboard box that will sit there. All I'm gonna say is if you guys actually rewatch Mighty Morphin, you probably realize like, it's really not that great.
The original, no.
There's a lot of like good stuff in it, but like as a whole, it's pretty monster of the week. Not really a overarching plot line in any way.
I did try to go through the original when they first put it on Netflix. I was like, this is very dry.
Yeah,
and,
it's tough.
like once it got to the action scenes, I'm like, yeah, all right, this is cool.
Yeah.
But then everything before
Green
and
with
after,
Evil, when they introduced Green Ranger and like, that's sick. Turning him to the good side, that's also sick. White Light is a great episode when they lose the green powers, bring the White Ranger in, like that's awesome.
How do you think the original movie stands today?
I think they should bring back Ivan Ooze in some way. I think he's an incredible villain. The movie's cheesy, that's for sure. The CGI, the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger, the movie.
What about the movie that we saw together, the Power Rangers? Like,
2017.
Did you like it?
I did like it.
I thought it was cool too.
I would have loved for them to continue it, but what happened is Hasbro, bought the rights from Lionsgate and all this stuff. Like, so they're gonna be rebooting the movie universe. I mean, how much of a universe was actually created? It was just one movie.
It's just one movie. Yeah.
But they're gonna be rebooting, and there's like rumors of what it's gonna be like, and I don't know. I mean, it sounds cool, but I liked the prospect of what a second Power Rangers movie could have been, because it very much was origin story movie. Yeah,
I would have thought walking out of that movie with you, I would have. If someone was like, "You think there's gonna be a sequel?" I would have been like, "Yeah, definitely," and then it just wasn't. But
was the soundtrack as good as the original movie? Because I have yet to see it. I want to see it.
No, it wasn't. No, the first original movie. I mean, first original movie had incredible soundtrack. I mean, I'm trying to think of. I could. I'm not gonna sing the songs, but.
Like the one before that,
the original,
like the 1990.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It had Van Halen, Red Hot Chili Peppers, like legit,
like a rock soundtrack.
Yeah, it was rock. Yeah.
Do you think rock and some pop?
Do you think that the one that came out in 2017 might get a Zack Snyder recut later this year?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. You never know.
That's the crazy thing about the Snyder cut, though. To be honest, like I know it's a bit long now, but I think the interesting thing about the Snyder cut is it really does open the prospect of what other films could be brought back like this. Yeah. I mean, if the Snyder cut did it, no, that's the second movie.
What you're saying, like, what movies can they go back and like fix it?
Well, I'm saying like if they did it for the Snyder cut, why couldn't they do that with any other film?
Yeah,
it's possible. Sounds possible. It opens up whether you like the Snyder cut whether you like the Snyder cut or not. The movement itself has to be promising, right?
Yeah. Questioning, I'm like,
Trouble by Shampoo. That song gets stuck in my head all the time. We're in trouble. Yeah.
They had Devo on that shit?
Dreams.
Devo.
Yep, dude. It was all good.
That's sick.
I downloaded this. I had the physical copy, and I had it on my iPod back in the day.
That's awesome. Free ride.
That is a very
Take
cool
it
list of fucking bands on there. That's fucking dope. Buckethead. Jesus.
Yeah. This is good.
So crazy. No, yeah, but
the movie is not canon to the TV show in any way. Nope.
This movie?
Yep. It is not canon.
How is it not canon?
It's not.
Because this is after this movie came out, they had all the Animal Zords afterwards.
Yeah, so in season 3, they loosely follow the plot of the movie. And they get the Ninja Zords.
Ninja Zords, that's what
it was what they're called. Yeah. And they that's it though. Like
that's all they took with the Zords essentially. Yeah.
They get the ninja suits that they have in here, like the kind of, I don't know what you call them, but
dorks.
Yeah, that's really what it is.
Y'all are dorks.
Power Rangers.
No, I think it's sick. Honestly, you're the only person I know that's that. Well, both of you, honestly, are the only people I know that know this much about this. So it's pretty cool.
I'm telling you, if we watched Dino Fury right now, you'd be like, yeah, that was cool.
I'd be into it.
It was like, it was a kid show, yeah, but yeah, those suits, they have them in the third season.
Mm-hmm.
That's sick.
Wait, how many Power Rangers movies were there? Like official movies, theatrical movies.
Theatrical movies, there's three. Yeah.
There was this one, Turbo, and then the 2000.
Turbo is canon.
Yes.
When did Turbo come? That was a full theater
97.
release?
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy to me. Like, it makes sense that the remake in 2017 was like a marketable thing, but the fact, because I wasn't alive yet, like, or I was just too little to care about this, you know, like, it's crazy to me that they were able to put out Power Rangers movies like this in theaters. It seems like a straight to DVD thing.
Oh, but
It was
for how
huge.
popular it was,
I
it
know.
was
But
the
it's
right
huge.
move.
Have you ever watched on Netflix The Toys That Made Us?
Yes, I saw that, and the movies that made us as well.
Okay, well,
and
The
the
Toys That
holiday
Made Us-
movies that made us. That was cool too.
That's cool. The Toys That Made Us has a Power Rangers episode, and you don't get as an outsider, it's hard to understand how big Power Rangers was
Yeah.
in the early 90s and how much toys, like, they made so much money. So
Yeah.
much.
It was almost like the Transformers phase as well.
Yeah. The Star Wars, the Kenner toys, like, it's all those.
That first Transformers movie was dope. Still stand by that.
I don't remember any of it.
The first one is a great movie.
Yeah, I
and then
don't
it just
remember any of
gets off the rails. But I mean, like, shout out Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, off the rails.
There he is.
Oh, yeah.
There he is, right there. No, yeah, the first one was sick. I don't know. I've had the same Transformers Megan Fox poster on my wall
I've seen it.
for like 13 years now.
Yeah,
It's kind of
yeah.
weird, but
Yeah,
shout out
but
Machine Gun Kelly. You're my hero. Good
for many
you.
reasons,
You're-
more than one reason.
Yeah, you're the only person that put out a pop punk album that I liked in 2020, which
And
is
dates Megan
fascinating.
Fox, so.
And you also date Megan Fox. So anybody who talks shit on you, bro, you're doing a great job. Just so you know.
That's right.
You're doing everything I hope to be doing at 30 years old. But yeah, dude. I mean, you want to talk about that? Who's your favorite band of all time?
Angels and Airwaves, hands down.
Yeah,
There's actually like no contest.
I know.
I can't even say Blink anymore, man. It's Angels and Airwaves.
It's Angels and Airwaves. Well, because Angels and Airwaves to you still has a perfect discography.
Not a single song that, I mean, there's songs you skip, right? Like, yeah, I'm just not in the mood, but not a single song that I'm like, yeah, we'll never listen to this.
Yeah.
You know?
But those
I-
last two Blink-182 records are like really good though.
You know what's crazy is I was gonna say the last two records I would not listen to, but then they put out the deluxe record of California, which is a second record. It's
So double bad.
It's a double record, so it's actually 3 full length records that I like some songs from 9, but it's not like anything I really ever feel I want to put on.
Yeah.
Angels and Airwaves, I could shuffle their entire discography and be happy.
It's just funny to look at like who I thought.
Same with the Dangerous Summer. Just shout out Dangerous Summer.
Shout out Dangerous Summer. We played
Shout out
4 chord with
Those-
you. a
Those
couple
are my
years ago.
two. That's right. Those are my 2 favorite bands of all time.
That's awesome.
You asked me my third? I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Their first EP is by far my favorite EP. of all
I
time.
think even their new stuff is great. I don't really care for Golden Record, but
They weren't a band for a little while, right? Like they broke up
they broke
completely.
up. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I remember, I think I caught a song or two while you were in there watching their set.
Yeah, that could make sense.
And I remember being like, this is pretty crazy.
Yeah. I've seen them since they've been back. I've seen them a few times, and it's like, yeah, you're great. You were
That's
a great
awesome.
band. Wild, crazy band, like big partiers, but
That's awesome.
yeah, it's pretty wild.
Yeah.
But
Usually the bands that I really fuck with are like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, it just kind of happens. But that leads me to, like, it's so funny to look at, like, 2020 happened, most political year ever. You'd think that you would be hearing, like, the best punk rock music. And the best pop punk music I was hearing was literally Machine Gun Kelly. And then I also I look at, like, if someone came out to me, they were like, you can go drink beers right now with Mark Hoppus and Travis Barker, or Travis Barker and Machine Gun Kelly, and my mind would go immediately Travis and Machine Gun Kelly. Like, we can smoke weed together, we can hang out. What the fuck would I talk to Mark Hoppus?
yeah,
about
that's true. That's true.
What's it like to be a bazillionaire for longer than I've been on planet Earth?
Right.
What do we talk about? Like,
Yeah.
at least Machine Gun Kelly, like, you're 30. You probably grew up listening to the same punk rock music that I listen to. Like, I know he loves, like, Anti-Flag and shit like that. Like, but no, yeah, man. Well, hey, since we're on the topic of music, me and you are going to make music this summer.
That's right. Yep.
We don't know what it's going to become.
Nope. Have no, like, I have ideas of what I want it to sound like, but, I'm really just letting it kind of be what it is.
Right. Well, because we haven't written music together per se in 4 years, and even then
ever.
it's a different dynamic.
Yeah.
But when we were writing music together in 2017 for Walkabout, it was very like we're playing our respective parts in the band.
Yeah.
This is more of like a 2 songwriters bouncing shit off of each other on their fucking John Lennon, Paul McCartney shit.
That's right.
Or Mark and Tom shit. That's more appropriate.
Yeah. I agree.
But nah, we'll make some fast pop punky old shit. I don't know, whatever comes to mind, man.
Yeah.
Fuck it. I love starting projects with just homies and being like, wherever this takes us.
Yeah.
Like, Jess, what did you say before? The journey.
Yeah, sometimes the journey is better.
Say it to the mic.
I don't know. He's got the
Say it to the mic. Give us your wisdom.
It's all about the journey, not the destination.
Right.
Shout out
Destination sometimes is pretty important.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But the journey should be just as fun, if not more fun. Like that maybe, you know what? That's it. The journey should be just as fun, if not more fun than the destination.
I agree. And that's why I have no regrets when I look at the last 10 years of playing shows or any
I agree.
of that.
I agree with that as well.
Why
Even
would
in
I-
my life,
it's
I don't regret it.
Craziest stories ever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we could go on for 3 more hours if we really wanted to, telling stories
Oh,
of
yeah.
places we've slept at.
Oh, yeah.
Just insanity. Whoa, we ended up at this heroin den we didn't know.
Yep.
And we thought it was a nice place and then quickly found out not
It
a
was
nice
not.
place.
Yeah.
That's why I strongly don't recommend going on stage at a city you've never been before and asking a crowd of strangers, hey, anybody got a floor we could crash on? Don't do that. I know that there's going to be
safe,
someone that comes up to the merch table and says, yeah, my floor. Probably a crazy person. Don't do that. So I think we'll leave you guys with that. They'll be seeing more of us in the next couple months. Similar to Sal, who was our last guest, I feel like you're someone who's going to be here a lot.
Yeah.
So the possibility of you being a double guest on this podcast is pretty large.
Yeah.
But I don't know, maybe in a couple months you come back on and we'll talk about what we're actually like, what we made so far.
Yeah. Maybe we'll have like a little bit of something.
Fuck yeah, a little something. But well, hey, thanks. We're gonna wrap this up and then we're gonna watch another 3.5 hour long film called Batman vs Superman. I hope I like it better this time.
Yep.
And then tomorrow we're gonna watch
All to prep
Justice
us
League.
for a 4-hour movie tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yep.
And hopefully by the end of it we're like, yo, Joss Whedon is a dumbass and Zack Snyder is the shit.
Yeah.
I feel like that's where I'm headed with it already.
Yeah. I actually agree with both of those statements already.
Yeah, I already think that. Yeah.
Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
I just really was able to just say whatever the hell I wanted.
the best.
Like literally there's no obligation to talk about anything. It was just, well, now I'm thinking about this, so maybe we'll talk about that.
Full on shit talking.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I love it.
All right.
But I am hungry now and I need to order
Yes.
something from DoorDash.
Oh, hell yeah.
So shout out Red Hat Jesse. Follow Red Hat Jesse. Shout out Damn Wig. Follow Damn Wig. My name's Charlie Bruno. This is Going For It. We'll see you guys real soon. Appreciate you.